everyone, Mitch coming in for the Chimera's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. We've got some insane deals on cards. That's right, some cards that are literally a quarter. That's right, a quarter, 25 cents or less. Pick them up right now. Fire sale. Check out that card list link in the description below. Let's jump into them. First up, a card that used to be so much more expensive before it was reprinted. This card used to be like $5 or so. Nesting Dragon is an amazing card. 5/4 dragon with flying. For 5 mana in red, it's got landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 0/2 red dragon, egg creature token with defender. And when this token dies, create a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying and pay a red. Basically fire breathing. +1/0 until end of turn. This is a card that says, hey, you know what we're going to do? We are going to go super wide, super easily. Again, landfall is the name of the game, obviously. In a landfall deck, this is a slam dunk. But even in not a landfall deck, even just in a deck that is a token deck, a go wide strategy deck, an aristocrat style strategy deck even, actually, because here's the thing. Yeah, you kind of get 2 tokens for the price of 1. Again, that 0/2 defender, is going to be good in combat for blocking potentially, but maybe if not, you could just sacrifice it and then unlock the 2/2 version. And if you're just, you're draining your opponents with, aristocrat style things like, well, all the vampires that drain, just go, oh yeah, Zulpur Cutthroat. I guess it's not a vampire. Okay, bad example. Anyways, Blood Artist. Okay, yeah, let's sacrifice those tokens, drain opponents as well. There's a lot of applications for this one. A card that is just somehow 24 cents right now. Pick it up. In that same vein, at exactly 24 cents as well, we've got Reef Worm. I love this card. 0/1 Worm for 4 mana in blue. And if that was it, this would be the most garbage card of all time. Actually, there's probably an even worse card than that. But anyways, when it dies, create a 3/3 blue fish creature token with. When this creature dies, create a 6/6 blue whale creature token with. When this creature dies, create a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token. Yeah, the, old Star Wars. Gosh, it's old at this point. Sheesh. From Episode 1, Phantom Menace, there's always a bigger fish. Yeah, that's exactly what this card is, essentially. This is, first of all, 4 creatures for the price of 1, essentially, which is absolutely insane. And when it comes to the total power, essentially, and total toughness, I mean, you got yourself, what is that, like an 18-19 overall, essentially, for just 4 mana? So yeah, it is a card that essentially goes, hey, you know what, we're going to be doing bigger and bigger things. Obviously, in any kind of a token strategy, this can really help you out. In a go-wide strategy, can help you out as well. In a aristocrat strategy, it can really help you out too. It's a card that essentially is like an investment that just keeps growing and growing over time. And yeah, it is so much fun to play with. And can be a great blocker deterrent for your opponents to be like, yeah, I'm not going to swing into that because I don't want that to change. But you probably have your own sacrifice outlets where you can actually change it yourself. Let's stick with creatures, though, and next up, Diluvian Primordial, a classic that is still budget-friendly. 24 cents right now, an absolute steal. 5/5 Avatar flying for 7 mana in blue. A lot of mana for a creature, yes, but it is worth the investment because when it enters the battlefield for each opponent, you may cast up to 1 target insert or source card from that player's graveyard paying its mana cost. If a spell is cast away, put a graveyard, exile instead. Basically, hey, ETB, get 3 things for free. So, I mean, like, you are getting a 5/5 flyer, right? And for, 7 mana, you'd probably, okay, these days, there'd probably be, like, extra keywords on it, too. But sure, let's just say 5 mana is the base for that. For that extra 2 mana, you are getting 3 additional free spells. And it's not just that. Potentially free spells in the future, too. Because, well, there's a multitude of ways that you can utilize this ETB again and again and again. Wizards, more recently, has been a bit, I'm not going to say smarter, but a bit more hesitant when it comes to ETBs that are very powerful. They typically limit them with, like, a cast trigger requirement. There is no cast trigger requirement for this. It's not like, hey, when it enters the battlefield, if it was cast, get the ETB. No. It's just like, hey, did it enter the battlefield? Yes. Okay, you get the ETB. So with this, again, any kind of a blink effect, yeah, if you've got a commander like Brago that's just blinking this again and again and again, just like, oh yeah, next turn, cool, all right, hit, and ETB again, okay, 3 more spells, next turn after that, 3 more spells. You can see how much value can add up over this. Not just blink, though, copy spells as well as, some, reanimation, I guess you could call it too, or even just feigned death type effects could be really good as well, like, hey, if it dies, it comes right back. Getting the ETB again and again is absolutely massive. 24 cents for a massive play. Pick it up. And finally, with the creatures, we've got Augur of Autumn. Just 24 cents for this one. Again, yet another card that used to be a lot more expensive. 2/3 Human Druid for 3 mana in green. Look at the top card of your library anytime. already, again, the purchase of admission right there, the cost of admission, I should say, is worth it with that. Being able to just know, okay, I got the top of my library, I know what it is, I can, utilize it with this next part. Hey, you may play lands to top your library. Already, again, worth the cost right there, being able to go, hey, I know the top of my library is. Again, knowledge is power, being able to understand what's going to be coming. And if you got any kind of, top library manipulation, great, but you already can because you just play lands off the top. So it's like, okay, if a land's there, let's play from there instead of our hand, so we can just keep, our resources coming from our hand as well later when we need them. But also, again, it is a way to essentially kind of draw cards in a way. To be able to go, okay, yeah, I'm getting rid of dead cards off the top of my library. On top of that, as long as you control 3 more creatures with different powers, you may cast creatures to the top of your library. This can be very easily unlocked. I mean, again, even if just this plus your commander have 2 different powers, essentially, right? Very easily get a 3rd creature in play and go, oh, okay, now all of a sudden, the top of my library is unlocked for creatures. Obviously, in a full creature-based strategy, this is an absolute powerhouse because, okay, I get cards off the top of my library that's lands or creatures. Most of my deck can just essentially be played off the top of the library. It's also got relevant creature types as well, especially human. It's such a solid card. Pick it up right now. Let's move over to an artifact with Runechanter's Pike. Yeah, this version specifically. Again, when it comes to alternative art versions, yeah, sometimes those can be a lot cheaper than the actual version, which, yeah, if you're a budget player like me, take advantage of. I don't care what the card looks like. I just care that it does the thing I want it to do. And Runechanter's Pike, well, helps you hit incredibly hard. It's artifact equipped for 2. Man, it's got equipped 2. It says, equip creature has first strike and gets +X+0 X the number of instant source cards in your graveyard. Unless you are running a bare bones, absolutely no instant sorceries in your deck, you're going to be getting a good amount of value out of this for any kind of Voltron strategy, any kind of an equipment strategy, any kind of a Spellslinger strategy is going to absolutely love this. I mean, Spellslinger can literally just turn your commander into, a semi-Voltron commander as well. It's okay, it's an alternative way to win, essentially, just on one card. Your opponent might be like, okay, I'm ready for all these Spellslingery things, and you're like, okay, I put down Runechanter's Pike, put it on my commander, and swing and hit for lethal because I've got so many cards in my graveyard. Obviously, self-mill strategies can really work as well. Yeah, being able to just go, oh, okay, cool, yeah. How many sorceries are in my graveyard? Oh, yeah, because I've got this mass mill effect, essentially. Oh, yeah. 20. Okay, cool. Yeah, my commander swings through and hits in. That's lethal. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, being able to just swing through, and again, protected swing through because it is first strike as well, can be a great way to essentially just demolish your opponents. Keep in mind, too, it's a great way in combat, again, because this is adjusting, essentially, as things go on. Okay, an opponent's blocks. Okay, I block here, block there. All right, ha ha ha! I figured it out. I'm going to take out your creature now. And you're like, okay, I cast Opt, and that, adjusts the combat math, obviously, because now I have extra power as well. It can really help you out. Moving on, a land with Throne of the High City. It's a land that can tap for colors and pay forward, tap, sacrifice it, you become the monarch. Very simple, very effective, and it's a card that, introduces such a cool mechanic into the game, and one that can be quite important. If you are like me and you've played through a game of Commander and you're like, okay, yeah, sometimes it can be a bit long. Yeah, players are just sitting back, essentially, and everyone's just like, hey, yeah, build up my board. Okay, pass the turn. Okay, build up my board. Pass the turn. Okay, build up my board. Pass the turn. And nothing's really happening. No one's actually kind of taking the initiative to be aggressive because we're all just sitting back and turtling up and just waiting for the alpha strike at the end. Cool. But what you can do is you can introduce Monarch, and all of a sudden, the game becomes a lot more interactive. There becomes a lot more attacking. There's a lot more politicking as well. There's a lot more kind of positioning yourself. Because a simple thing like Monarch introduces just a little excess card advantage, which is great for you, again, when you can get it. And again, for the right deck, you can easily just keep getting it back when you need to or protect it. But it also, again, this introduces the way to say, hey, everyone, let's actually start attacking each other, okay? Let's actually start interacting. It is so much fun against a utility land that can just go in a deck. It's not a slow land at all. It can be utilized right away for mana. Yeah, again, you're not going to just throw it right into a 5-color deck and be like, okay, it's fine. I mean, you can have some utility lands in a 5-color deck too, but you need to be really, really, really diligent about how you go about your mana base. But again, in a, of course, colorless deck, amazing. Obviously, doesn't have a spot at all. In a 1-color and a 2-color deck, even a 3-color deck can definitely consider a card like this, being able to gain back the Monarch. And of course, keep in mind, the commanders that actually utilize Monarch and benefit if you're having the Monarch, this is just a way to actually steal that back too, so do keep that in mind. Next up, let's move on to an instant that, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic and can lead to some really, really tough decisions for your opponents. Just 24 cents for Epiphany at the drownyard. I love this one. Instant for X and a blue. To the top X+1 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles. The opponent chooses one of those piles. that pile in your hand, the other in your graveyard. Yeah, this is one essentially, it's kind of like a factor fiction-ish, essentially, but at a variable amount, which is absolutely incredible. Being able to go, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? Lots of things. Again, out of nowhere, instant speed, right before my turn, I just dump a ton of mana into this, and all of a sudden, an opponent's got to make some really tough decisions, because I'm going to go, okay, yeah, here's this pile, here's that pile. Which one are you giving me? Because I'm going to be getting a lot. And the other one hits the graveyard too. So do keep in mind, of course, decks that actually can utilize things out of the graveyard, decks that can actually reanimate. Opponent has even tougher decisions when it comes to a card like that. Again, when it comes to Expel card advantage, there's only so many great ones out there. And this is a great one to essentially go instant speed, Expel, being able to just dump a ton into this. Again, keep in mind, it is +1, so you get a little additional kind of, it's like, you know, it's kind of like that blue doesn't really exist there because you get the +1. But yeah, being able to just go, okay, I'm getting a lot of cards off the top of my library. I'm getting a lot of card advantage. And all of a sudden, I'm making an opponent make some really tough decisions. Or again, politicking with an opponent. Let's say it's late game. And essentially, okay, this one other player is really taking over the game right now. We need to stop them. Hey, okay, other players, okay, one of you two, I'm going to make a deal with you, okay? If you help me with this, if you give me the cards that I need, I can stop the player that's on top right now. You just need to give me these 3 cards, okay? So I'm going to put these, and actually because I'm helping everyone out and put this other one in that's just for me as well, you can politic with that as well, so do keep that in mind. Next up, one of my favorite cards to resolve, Aminatou's Augury. 24 cents for this sorcery. Absolute bomb. 8 mana in blue. Exile the top 8 cards of your library and put a land card from among them on the battlefield. Until end of turn, for each non-land card type, you may cast a spell of that type from among the exile cards to pay its mana cost. I mean, when battles came out, I was like, hey, you get another one. Yay, another kind of card. I mean, as things grow, as the game changes, obviously I have even more types, but still being able to just go, okay, I'm casting an 8 mana spell. Yes, it costs a lot. Of course, there are ways to, well, ramp incredibly quickly in Commander. There's ways to cheat on mana cost. Again, maybe you have a commander like Joda that can go, okay, everything costs 5. Cool, good for me. There's ways to cast this. And regardless, even if you are paying full 8 for it, you're getting so much insane value out of it. Again, you're just going, okay, top 8 cards in my library, I get a lot of things for free. Again, a lot of different card types out there. You're just like, oh yeah, if I get like 5 cards plus a land, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. All those things for free, just dumping them out. It's also a good copy target for a card like this, just to go absolutely insane. It can definitely be a game-ending, game-changing card. Pick it up right now for just 24 cents. Moving on, a card that I do want to highlight is Necromantic Selection, a sorcery for 8 mana in black that I think players do not pay attention enough to, because it is basically a one-sided board wipe with upside. Destroy all creatures and return a creature card put in a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. It's a black zombie to other types, exile it. This is one that essentially says, okay, in a deck like my Joda deck, it's an amazing card because I only care about having Joda in play as my creature. So I just like, okay, I've got my one creature, that's all I care about. Let's destroy everything. Joda come back. Now obviously Joda's a zombie too. Cool, that doesn't really matter. But essentially, Joda, you're also a zombie. Awesome. But being able to just go, okay, the board is gone. My one creature I care about is still in play. I just wiped the board and I kept the thing I cared about in play, basically. Or, again, if let's say you've got a commander that's got an amazing ETB or LTB, you can utilize that. Again, just be able to go, okay, you go away, you come back. There's the ETB. Absolutely. Or, again, it is kind of like a let's Wrath of God and then also mind control at the same time. Being able to go, okay, wipe the board, steal one creature, steal the best creature out of all those creatures. All of a sudden, I am in pole position. It is such a solid card that helps out in so many scenarios. Pick it up. And finally, a pretty specific but pretty amazing card, Simic Ascendancy. Yeah, this is a card that can end the game in absolutely no time. Just 24 cents for this gem. Enchantment for 2 mana in Simic. By paying 3 mana in total, put a counter on target creature control. Cool. If that was all this did, this would be pretty garbage. That being said, whenever one more counters are put on a creature control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. Because it's that many and not just like, hey, do it once. Yeah, no, that's why this is insane. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game. Super easy to get to. So incredibly easy to get to. Again, with the amount of support that +1 counters have, and also Proliferate has as well, you can very easily just go absolutely ham in no time with any kind of a counters-based strategy. Just being able to go, okay, yeah, okay, get counter on things. Oh, Proliferate. Okay, oh, by the way, now I've got 20 counters on it. And again, there's like instant speed ways to get those counters on, so right before your turn, essentially, it's like, oh yeah, this 2 mana card is just going to win me the game. It is such a solid effect. And yes, that one I did joke about the actual effect, right? Hey, paying 3 mana to put a counter on a creature you control. I did joke about that. That still obviously can come in handy. Just even getting a base number of counters, essentially just one counter on a creature, can be incredibly impactful in a counters-based strategy where you're like, okay, get a counter on it. Okay, now double that. Now double that again. Being able to just go in that, initial start is great. But yeah, the potential impact of just winning the game with this card is absolutely massive. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.